Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. They make my head itch. Their energy makes my head itch a lot of times. Sorry, I don't have bugs, I don't think. I don't think I've done a reading for you before, but I like to explain real quick kind of how it works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe what they show me the best that I can. It's kind of bright, isn't it? Oop, now we're in the dark. So they don't waste a message. There's always a reason. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, know what she's talking about. It's non-exact science, and we communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. She won't give me all the details. She should give me just enough so you understand what she's talking about. So we're going to talk to your mom. Before, oh man, she's making my head itch. Her energy's strong. So before I started, she asked me to pull a card, which they do a lot of times. And I usually pick my release deck. It's what we need to get rid of, what we need to release. And so I shuffle until she tells me to stop. So she picked Surrender to the Magic of Who You Are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. And she's pointing you. She's pointing very strongly at you. She says, you don't, it's not like you've got low self-esteem. I don't feel like that's what she's saying at all. But it's like you don't really realize how magic you are. Say it again. You're gonna have to spit it out better than I do. You don't truly understand the magic of who you really are. Your true soul, your essence. She says you get back to nature, but you need to do it more. You need to. She's showing you like going outside. And it doesn't have to be exactly like she's showing it. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And like just kind of walking up a hill and there's kind of tall grass there, weeds probably. And just standing there and throwing your arms out and putting your face up to the sun and just feeling it. She says, when you do that, you're going to feel her too. You will feel a very strong. You never know for sure how somebody else is going to feel the energy because we all feel it different. But it's like your arms will feel like they're full inside, almost like they're swelling up inside. It'll be her energy, like really full. You will feel her. It's almost like standing out there and just going like this. And just forgetting about the dishes, forgetting about where you got to be in a little bit. Just, she says, literally being at one with nature. Take your shoes off. And breathe. And breathe. And I'm not saying do meditation because I can't sit still long enough to do it. But if you do the meditation breath, which I think I told somebody that today, breathe in slowly through your nose and hold it a couple seconds and out through your mouth and do it at least 3 times real slow. And I need to do it. And it'll just open you up. And you don't even have to do anything meditating type. She's talking about she's the wings beneath your feet. The wings beneath your feet. I don't know what she means for sure. when you do this, she wants you to physically, you can visualize, couldn't think of the damn word. You can visualize doing this anytime you want to. She wants you to physically go out and do this. It's got to be, don't go like out next to the street. Of course, then all the neighbors will look at you and go, what the hell is wrong with her? It needs to be someplace where it's a little quieter, more peaceful. Like, I don't see any building. Like, this is out in the country. Like, there's no buildings. There might be buildings behind me, but it's like we're out in the middle of this kind of a field. There's no airplanes. There's no cars. There's no buses. There's none of that. And she says, you will feel her in the wind. Feel her in the wind. Okay, she's standing behind this is my right shoulder. Some of these cameras look backwards. And she's standing with a very strong, gentle presence. Very loving, very strong. You feel her sometimes, and if you haven't, you're blocking it out. Just feels like somebody's there, something's there. It feels a little more full back here, like the air is a little thicker. You could feel a warmth. You could feel a tingling. Right now, she's showing behind me, behind my right shoulder. Could be the left. It doesn't have to be exact. And you're going to start noticing, feeling that fullness. And it'll be like there. You won't feel it out here. But if you go out in that field or whatever you pick, or that on that hill, that's what she's showing. It's kind of a hill. It's not like a hill like this. It just doesn't matter. She says you need to disconnect from a lot of the hoopla of the world and connect with nature. She said it's in your blood. It's in your blood. You know how to do this. I know when I first started doing this, I heard over and over and over, everything you need is already inside of you. And I go, how do I find it? Everything you need is already inside of you. Just find it, Rhonda. You gotta find it. I found part of it. So that's kind of what she's saying. It's already there. It's in your blood. Are you guys part Native American, or do you just strongly believe in Native American customs? She mentions Cherokee. I don't know if she's just mentioning that so I get the Native American connection, or if she literally means Cherokee. She says use it. It's time for you to use it. It's time for you to get one with nature. She just keeps going back to the nature. Like I said, if you don't have Native American in you, she's got like a peace pipe. Maybe you smoke a pipe. I got a feeling it's not like regular pipe tobacco though. It's not that. Maybe it's wacky tobacco. Hell, I don't know. But you'll smell that. I don't know how to tell you. It's not like a campfire smoke. It's not a cigarette smoke. It's not a cigar smoke. It's not a regular man's pipe smoke. I wouldn't even say it's a left-handed cigarette smoke. Maybe sage. I would say be more like along the line of Sage. I was out camping. I was out camping a couple of weeks ago. Somebody gave me a Ouija board. I've been wanting one again. No, I'm not scared of them. They're just like using the cards. If you use them correctly, it's not a damn thing wrong with them. And so I saged it in my camper, and I thought, oh hell, this smells like pot. It goes drifting out the door. My camping neighbors are going to think I'm over here smoking pot. The old lady, she's going to be floating. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So you're going to smell that. Whenever you do, that's going to be a sign from her. So validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more signs. Give her permission. She's an awesome guide for you. She says, you don't listen any better now than you did when you were a kid. She's evidently been trying to talk to you, and you're not listening. And she said in kind of a funny way, not in a mean way. Quit making my head itch. She says, it's time for you to listen to your gut. Listen to your inner self. Listen. It's time for you to listen to the nudges they've been giving you. So when you get those little, I call them weird thoughts that normally wouldn't go through this, but you wouldn't have a clue what goes on inside this head. And you listen to that. Those thoughts that are kind of out of the ordinary, maybe like, oh hell no, that's crazy. I'm not going to do that. Well, if I hadn't started listening to them, I wouldn't be doing this work now. Of course it's crazy. Oh hell no, I can't talk to dead people. Ta-da! So those off the wall nudges and little thoughts, they're not something you make up. They're something that they bring to you. She says you're ignoring some of them. So if it seems like something off the wall, write it down, think about it, start thinking about it, start seeing if there's little signs. I don't know, what am I going to pick? I'll just pick a job. I mean, something easy. And they want you to go start cutting meat in the grocery store. And you go, why would I do that? But then people start coming up to you and talking about being a butcher and talking about steaks and talking about this and talking about hamburger. These little things, and I'm just picking a job. I'm not saying it has anything to do with you cutting meat or a job. But all of a sudden, all these little things start popping up. They're not coincidences. Oh, I even said that word without tripping on it. It's kind of like Facebook is doing now. You look up one thing like about a sparkly belt, and all of a sudden, every ad coming up on your Facebook is a sparkly belt. It's kind of the same thing. It'd be all these little nudges, all these little signs that will go around. If it's for you, if it's what you're supposed to do, if it's actually one of their nudges for you. Okay, so, well, this kind of goes along with it. She's making me, this is the card, I pick a card for myself every morning. My release card, like, oh shit, what do I need to do now? Surrender to inner peace. She's pointing at my card. She wants you to do that too. She wants you to do that. So all of these things will help get rid of stress. Who isn't stressed out these days? Our world's kind of fucked up. She says, I love you and I am guiding you. You're just not listening. But she doesn't want to tell you through me. She wants to tell you directly. She wants you to start listening to her. So talk to her. I promise you 1,000% she can hear you, she can see you. Everybody can do that. You just maybe can't hear them from the other end. That's my job. She says, sit back, put your feet up on the table, and paint your toenails. I don't know if you just painted your toenails, just got a pedicure, getting ready to get one. Or maybe your feet look like crap and you need one. I don't know what she's getting at. But know that talk to her, ask her for help. Don't beg, which I've been doing lately and it's not doing any good. Don't beg, don't demand. Ask her, I need help with blah, blah, blah. I'd like a little more help in this area. And if she can't get it done, she'll go find somebody up there who can. Or at least that's the way it works in my world. If it's on your correct path. Okay, with that, she's leading, but it almost sounds like flute music. I don't know where my Indian flute music, because that's the only flute music I listen to, and that's kind of what it sounds like. A CD is. I should start playing some of that when I'm doing these readings. I don't know where it's at. So thanks for naming my dude. He travels with me. He's always in my camper, and he always sits up by my sink. And I'm going to start taking my new cards with me, so he's going to sit by my new cards. As soon as I figure out how to haul them around. Anyway, much love to you, my dears. Sorry this took a little bit. I will do almost always the paid customers first, because people work so hard for their money, and everything's so expensive nowadays. And I don't charge very much because I'm not in it to make money. I don't want to make money off of it, but I do need some Pepsi once in a while. So I'm not in this for monetary reasons. Just a few bucks on the side. I'm in it to help people. It's always been my goal. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, so I always do try to get them done first, and then I usually have a list. And I'm getting caught up. I'm caught up. I'm almost caught up. I got a couple more, I think, and then I'll be caught up. Anyway, so thanks for playing in the contest. It was a lot of fun. I love everybody's answers. I'm hearing that flute music again. It's not a flute like you play in the band. It's more like a wooden flute type, like maybe homemade. She's very peaceful, very calm, very relaxed, very nice, very wanting to help you. But you have to ask, because they cannot override your free will choice. And then you have to be willing to accept whatever they bring forward, in the near future after you ask. Because we have that free will choice and we can always say no. And my guides are always going, Rhonda, we brought you this good shit. Why are you saying no? Isn't that what you asked for? Because I can. Because I'm dumb sometimes. Okay, gotta run. Much love to you, my dear. Nice chatting with you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later. We'll be having another contest here in the near future. I got something else I need named.